NXT has long been known as WWE's proving ground, where rising stars sharpened their craft before stepping onto the global stage of Raw and SmackDown. While some call-ups have unfortunately been mishandled or faded into the background, there are others who not only survived the jump but thrived, cementing themselves as household names, world champions, and even future Hall of Famers. Today, we're looking at the greatest NXT call-ups who truly reached their full potential on WWE's main roster. When The Shield debuted in 2012, Seth Rollins instantly stood out as the architect of the group. After the faction split, Rollins carved out a legendary singles career, becoming a multiple-time WWE Champion, Universal Champion, and the face of Raw for years. His ability to constantly reinvent himself, from the Authority's golden boy to the Visionary, has made him one of WWE's most consistent main eventers. Rollins is the blueprint for how an NXT star can rise to the very top. Another Shield member who came from NXT, Roman Reigns, had a slower start as the company struggled to win fans over with his babyface push. But once he embraced his tribal chief persona, Reigns became the defining superstar of the modern era. His historic run as undisputed WWE Universal Champion has not only solidified him as the face of WWE, but also proven that his main roster career has far exceeded expectation from his early NXT days. Kevin Owens made his main roster debut in unforgettable fashion, confronting John Cena and pinning him clean in his very first match. That moment set the tone for a career filled with intensity, realism, and top-tier storytelling. Owens has since become a multi-time champion, a WrestleMania headliner, and one of the most reliable stars in WWE, proving that his transition from NXT to the main roster was a massive success. Carrying the weight of her famous last name, Charlotte Flair had enormous expectations when she left NXT. She not only lived up to them but redefined women's wrestling and WWE. With multiple Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, a Royal Rumble victory, and countless WrestleMania moments, Charlotte has firmly established herself as one of the greatest female wrestlers in WWE history. Her dominance shows what can happen when an NXT standout gets the right opportunities. As the first ever Universal Champion, Finn Balor quickly showed the world that his NXT legacy would carry over to the main roster. While injuries slowed his momentum at times, Balor has remained a constant force, both as a single star and as the leader of Judgment Day period. His ability to adapt and evolve while still being one of the most reliable in-ring performers proves that his main roster run has been just as impactful as his time in NXT. Becky Lynch may not have been the biggest name to come out of NXT at first, but her rise to superstardom on the main roster is one of the greatest success stories in WWE history. Her transformation into the Man made her a global sensation, leading to a historic WrestleMania 35 main event victory. From underdog to face of the women's division, Becky's journey perfectly shows how NXT talent can truly reach their peak on WWE's biggest stage. NXT has given WWE some of its most iconic stars, but only a select few truly reached their full potential after the call-up. From Rollins to Reigns, Charlotte to Becky, these names didn't just succeed, they defined an era. Their stories remind us that while the journey from NXT to the main roster can be filled with obstacles, the payoff for those who break through is nothing short of legendary.